Michael Caine once said something that most actors would never dare admit out loud: that surviving 6 decades in Hollywood wasn't about charm, gratitude, or playing nicely. It was about knowing exactly when to speak up and when to walk away. Most veteran actors, when they look back, tend to paint everything in golden light. Wonderful colleagues, magical sets, a craft they adored every single day. Caine wasn't buying that. By his own account, 8 decades of movies and a lifetime in the film business meant you were going to run into some people who made your life genuinely difficult, and pretending otherwise would be a lie big enough to drive a bus through. So instead of the usual highlight reel, here are 5 people who, according to Caine himself, truly tested his patience. First up, Richard Harris. In the 1960s, Harris was part of what the press called the Hellraiser Brigade, actors who were as famous for their drinking and destruction as for their performances. Caine, in a 1995 interview, made no secret of his view that Harris and his contemporaries had let alcohol chip away at what could have been even greater careers. Harris reportedly fired back with a 3-page letter to a Sunday newspaper, reportedly calling Caine an overfat, flatulent windbag, and dismissing his acting entirely. When reporters asked Caine for a response, he reportedly said he didn't know Harris well enough to have a proper feud with him. According to Caine, that casual shrug made Harris even angrier. Then there was Alfred Hitchcock, a completely different kind of difficult. When Hitchcock offered Caine the lead in Frenzy in the early 1970s, Caine turned it down, reportedly finding the material too graphic and disturbing. Hitchcock, who was unaccustomed to rejection, apparently responded not with anger, but with silence. For years afterward, the two men frequented the same Los Angeles restaurant every Friday evening. According to Caine, Hitchcock looked straight through him every single time. No nod, no acknowledgement, until the day he died. Steven Seagal brought an entirely different kind of chaos. While filming On Deadly Ground in Alaska, Caine described Seagal, who was both starring in and directing the project, as someone who repeatedly halted production for hours, leaving the crew standing in sub-zero conditions while he reportedly consulted his inner energy fields. When the film premiered, Caine reportedly told Seagal he hadn't expected it to be anywhere near as good as it was. Seagal, it's claimed, took that as a compliment. Director James Clavell pushed Caine further than anyone else ever managed to. During the grueling shoot of The Last Valley in the Austrian Alps, Clavell's alleged stubbornness and condescension reportedly built up until Caine, by his own admission, completely lost his temper in front of the entire crew. He described it afterward as deeply embarrassing and vowed it would never happen again. Finally, Otto Preminger, a man with a well-documented reputation for reducing cast and crew to tears. Before a single frame was shot on Hurry Sundown, Caine reportedly walked into Preminger's office and told him plainly, "Shout at me once, and I'm on the first plane back to London." According to Caine, Preminger smiled, agreed, and kept his word. But Caine said he resented him anyway, because he watched Preminger bully everyone else who wasn't able to stand up to him. 6 decades, 5 unforgettable characters, one man who navigated all of it with his dignity, mostly intact. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe. There's plenty more where this came from.